Today, we're going to talk about Carlos Sainz and what he will be able to do going forward in the future at Ferrari for 2022 and onwards, because I like Carlos a lot. He's only 6 points behind his teammate Charles Leclerc at Ferrari in the driver's standings. And I would love to see not only Carlos, but Charles, obviously Max, Lando, George. I would like to see all these drivers eventually win a world championship. Now, of course, that could actually happen for Max this season as of 2021, which would be great. And the other drivers as well, I think all have shown pace and have really shown that they have the capabilities, I think, to possibly win a world title. Now, when we talk about Carlos Sainz specifically, do people see him being a future world champion as long as he's competing with Charles Leclerc in that Ferrari right next to him? And we have to keep in mind that because the season is not yet over, Charles Leclerc could actually fall behind Carlos Sainz possibly by the end of the season in the driver's standing. So it's hard to tell right now. I think Carlos is doing a lot better at Ferrari than people thought. In fact, Carlos and Charles have both, they haven't really had any issues. People are like, oh, is that team, are they going to work as teammates? Is that chemistry going to be there? Are they going to butt heads? They're both young. They both want to succeed. They have, to me, been the most solid driver lineup on the grid. They have really shown no issues. They haven't blamed each other for anything. And it seems like they really have been working together to help Ferrari. I think Carlos and Charles are both all in on trying to make Ferrari a great contender again, to compete with the likes of the Mercedes and the Red Bull, to get past the McLaren. And I think that's working well. So when it comes to Carlos's future and whether or not he will get a world title with Ferrari, because I don't really see him going to any other team that would put him in a better position or a better spot to win a world championship. I think Ferrari is the best for him based off of what we know in regards to the driver lineups going forward in the future and where drivers are going to stay. Some contracts that have obviously been renewed for a couple of years. I think Carlos's best chance is with Ferrari, but the question is whether or not fans think he has the pace and he has the consistency to outperform the other drivers essentially over the course of a season to win a world title. Now, of course, maybe perhaps because I just like Carlos a lot, I want to see him win the world title, but maybe to some fans, some of you whom are watching and listening, you may think it may not be exactly in his wheelhouse, so to speak. So comment section below, you guys let me know whether or not you think Carlos Sainz has the pace and consistency at some point in the future to outcompete the other drivers on the grid, who I've already mentioned earlier, to actually win a world title. I will put Carlos in that same seat kind of as Pierre Gasly, where very talented drivers. They have shown much better consistency this year, and Pierre has been on fire. I think Carlos has been doing really well. And the question is whether or not drivers like these two are ever actually going to win a world title, which means outcompeting the other drivers on the grid. That's a tough question. And that's just what I want general feedback on, because everybody's got different opinions on that. I don't think there's necessarily a right or a wrong answer. Maybe evidence points more towards one direction of, okay, this driver is in a better chance to succeed at winning a title, or this driver, despite their consistency, despite the pace, they just aren't able to pull out those wins that obviously they need to for winning a world title in any given season. So you guys let me know your thoughts. Comment section below. We should take it from there. Of course, if you are new, make sure to subscribe to the channel for weekly Formula One discussion content, as well as Formula One 2021 My Team gameplay. You guys can check that out in my playlist. I have several playlists, so if you just want to navigate through any of those, I would greatly appreciate that. Unfortunately, that is all the time I have for you guys today, but I will see you all later. Goodbye.